Hi, this is Greg McCoach, editor of the Mining Speculator. We're here in Vancouver at the Metal Investor Forum for November. Today, I'm with Ken Holmes, CEO of New Carolin Gold Corp. Ken, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here. This is wonderful.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I recently recommended New Carolin Gold in my newsletter this past week. I like what the company's doing, and I always say as a newsletter writer, the best thing I can do for my subscribers or anybody who listens is to help handicap the odds, trying to point you to the better companies that have greater chance, I think, for the investment discovery success. So we'll talk about that a little bit today, and Ken, I think I want you to focus on why. But before we get into the why, for the new people, let's just make sure they know your symbol and
LAD, LADFF, and the OTC.
Share structure?
Share structure, we've got just over 29 million shares out. Fully diluted, it's around 40.
Yeah.
Those are closed at 23 cents on Friday.
Great. So why should we point investors towards New Carolin Gold? And I'll let you talk.
Well, as you and I have discussed, we're both fairly bullish on where we think gold is going, but even without a rise in the price of gold right now, New Carolin's a long way down the road in trying to bring a project to the point where we'd make an economic valuation. It's got an existing resource. Our next round of drilling, we want to target adding to that. But we also have the advantage, it's like I've said to other people, if you've got a list and boxes to check for projects, we pretty much check all the boxes but for hitting that resource calculation. And we've got the infrastructure. We actually have permits because the Carolin mine was in production. We still have the production permit. We've got tailings facilities. We've got what would be the equivalent of millions of dollars of underground development that's already in place that we have advantage of. And in fact, it gives us the advantage up in that snow belt that we can drill all winter because we're drilling underground. But as you know from the site visit, we're only 2 hours out of Vancouver.
Right.
We would never have to build a mining camp. We've got the town of Hope only 15 minutes away, major rail line, water, power. Check all those boxes.
Right.
The only box that we're in the process of checking is getting the drill out and adding ounces to our existing resource so we can get to the point of doing it.
Right, and that was my, what really got my attention was twofold. First, you got the NI 43-101 resource calculation of 278,000 ounces of gold. The underground mine allows us to drill from underground into the areas, the high priority areas that the old guys were going to do anyway. They just never got around to it because the price of gold fell apart.
Right.
So it looks with a small amount of drilling, a small budget drill program, we're going to get a lot of bang for our buck, I think.
Right.
To add ounces. So that's one part of the story. But the bigger part for me is even where this is located on what's called the Holmes Fault. And this is south central British Columbia. Everybody's looking north and they're forgetting about this trend down below, right? We just saw the West Haven discovery. We're just south of there. This Holmes Fault is a huge crack in the earth, like 20 some kilometers long.
Well, it actually even runs further than that, but we, just our land package, we've got 27, 28 kilometers. We straddle that fault, and it's the main plumbing system that's brought the
precious metal bearing fluids up to the surface.
Yeah.
And so you have the land package that I like. When I see juniors, if they have too small land package, I think even if you make a discovery, the majors aren't going to be as interested, right?
Yeah.
When you have the land package ahead of time, this is a district scale land package.
Right.
You make a discovery like that on a trend like that, I mean, the majors will definitely be interested.
Well, we're actually even beyond that right now because in addition to the Carolin mine, there's 4 other historical mines that are straddle that Holmes Fault that are on our land package.
Yeah.
The placer mining started at the turn of the last century. I think it was 1910. One of the old mines went into production. They produced about 3,000 ounces of gold. Those targets and another 24 known gold occurrences on our property have not seen modern exploration techniques.
Right.
So, you know, in addition to doing our underground drilling to extend the existing resource in the Carolin, we want to test those, because it's not about having one deposit and trying to make it bigger. We've got the big land package and the big geological setting with those historical mines. We think there's potential there to find several
New
mines.
discovery, yeah, new discovery. I see the same, so that's why I'm optimistic about it. Anything else you want to say? I mean, the way I'm looking at this is that you're active, you got tight share structure, you're going after the strategy, you know, the systematic approach that I love, and we'll just start knocking things down and see what happens.
That's it in a nutshell.
Yeah, super. Well,
Very good.
signing off from Vancouver, here with Ken Holmes, CEO of New Carolin Gold Corp.